Give it a minute for everybody to come on. We are live from my bathroom. It's very posh, don't you think? Give it a couple more minutes, or a minute or two. Now it's saying I have a weak connection, of course. Oh, hey, Aunt Lisa. Hey, girl. Hey, Sherilyn. Hey, Keisha. Oh, somebody's sending me something. All right. All right. So, somebody asked me to do a live video on foundation, the concealer and the foundation. So I have two foundations. I have the powder and I have the liquid, so we could do both. Hey, Tracy. Well, you hurry up and finish your dinner, lady, and you join my video. This is where it's at. Just kidding. So, anywho, somebody asked me to do a video on the foundations. So I'm going to talk about it, and I'm going to show you how to apply it. And if you have any questions, you can just feel free to comment below. Oh, thanks, girl. Sexy in my bathroom. Alright, so, like I've told you guys several times, I have to take my glasses off because, look, I get on live and now everybody wants to send me Snapchats. Anyway, I have to take my glasses off and I can't see without them, so I'm going to have to get pretty close. Alright, so the first thing you do, of course, is you apply your primer. We're going to shake it up real good. Now, the primer, see, look, somebody's messaging me. Look, I told you, as soon as I would jump on here, everybody wants to blow my phone up. So, we apply the primer because, for one, it helps give you a smooth canvas. It helps give you a smooth canvas for even application. You don't use as much makeup. You really do not need a lot of this primer. So, a tube will last you a really long time. So, we put it all over. Even on your eyelids. It feels so soft. I like to just wipe my hands off afterwards because I'm kind of a freak about my hands. So we're going to let that dry a minute. And while we're letting it dry, I'm going to talk to you about our mineral liquid foundation. Okay, this is the Touch Liquid Mineral Foundation. It comes in a glass tube or container with a little dropper in it. Now, because this is mineral makeup, you want to make sure that you are shaking it up before you use it. That's really, really important. Shake it up before you use it. So what we're going to do, it has a little dropper in it. We're going to squeeze out the dropper. Make sure you get everything out. And while the primer's drying, you give it a minute or two. We're going to shake up our foundation. Shake it up, shake it up. I use organza. That's my color. It used to be the second to lightest shade, but I think now it's the third to lightest shade, because I don't spend a lot of time in the sun, even in the summer. I'm not really supposed to. Alright, so we're all shaken up. So we have our our liquid foundation brush. It's angled so that you can get up under your eyes really good, in the corners right here, like that. And you only need a couple of drops of your foundation. Literally, only a few drops will cover your whole face. So we put it into our dropper, and I do 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's enough for my whole face. 4 little drops, just like that. And then I boop, 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 boop. And yes, I do make that sound whenever I do it. Billy, this will cover up anything, is all I'm saying. Now, you want to hold your brush kind of at the top so that you're not pressing down too hard. Because if you press down too hard, it'll look like you have streaks, and you don't want that. I've seen some people say that. Hey Christina, hey Brooke. So make sure you come down on your neck. I didn't know how important this step was, doing your neck, until I used the pressed powder one day. And I didn't do my neck, and I took a picture, and it looked like vastly different from my face. And we don't want that either. So all over, not pressing too hard, just in a circular motion. I can't really see if I'm getting everything because I can't see crap. Going to be? Phew. Ariel better watch out. I'm just kidding. Obviously, she's the most beautiful mermaid in the sea. Hey Christina, hey Maris. So you just make sure you got it all covered. And it smells pretty good too. It smells really good actually. It almost reminds me of that After Sun lotion. All right. So let me come over here into the light. So that's really good coverage, in my opinion, especially for someone who has acne scars, because I have acne still. So somebody also asked me to do the concealer, but all I've got is this little sample of concealer, and I've used this several times, and it's lasted me a long time. A little bit of concealer goes a long way. I put my foundation on first, and then I dot my concealer under my eyes. And then I let it sit for just a second so it's easier to blend. I find that it's easier for me to blend if I let it sit a minute. And I have a my concealer brush, but this concealer brush isn't Younique, it's Bare Minerals. I figure I've already got it. No need to throw out a perfectly good brush, right? So then you blend down and up. And some people use their fingers, but I try to avoid that because it only makes my skin really oily. And I try to avoid anything that makes it worse. And you can bring it up onto your eyelids so that you have a good base for your eyeshadow. I won't be going into eyeshadow tonight, Lord. It'd take me an hour. Blend down. And this covers up my dark circles really, really good. You don't need a lot. A tube of the concealer will last you a really long time. I mean, like I said, I've had that little sample for a long time. And I use a couple of dots under my eyes, and that's pretty much it. Pretty sure my cat is throwing up. That's nice. Well, she better quit that or she's gonna have to clean it up herself. All right. So, we have our concealer on. Yeah, I mean, that's really good coverage in my opinion. Just my humble opinion. Now, you can either just use the liquid foundation and that's it. But I like to set it with pressed powder because I like the really matte look. So I use our Mineral Touch pressed powder, also in organza. And it comes with a little spongy applicator. But what I really like about this is this right here. The applicator sits on this plastic and it doesn't get into your powder. It doesn't just sit in your compact. And this is the first pressed powder I bought, which was in February, I think, was when I ordered my kit. This is the first pressed powder I bought. Most of the time, I only use the pressed powder. If I'm wanting extra coverage, I'll go with the foundation and the pressed powder together. So I just go in and set my whole face. And my neck. And a little of this goes a long way too. As you can tell, I've had the same one for how many months now? When I'm done, I just close it all up. There you have it. That's your pressed powder. That's your Touch Liquid Foundation and your pressed powder and concealer. I wish the lighting wasn't so orange in here. Oh, hey, Taisha. Hey, girl. How'd you get out of work? Ooh, put my glasses on so I can see. All right. All right, so let's go over this. Shake your liquid foundation before you use it. Otherwise, it's not going to apply right. And then you'll be calling corporate, and we don't want you to do that. So you shake it up. Make sure you squeeze everything out of the dropper. Squeeze a few drops onto your liquid foundation brush. This has a little divot in the middle, but I don't ever use that because I feel like it puts too much in the middle and I'm getting too much into one spot, and I don't like that. So I put it on the outer edges. I dot my drops on the outer edges. And, you know, just roll it around, just circular motion. Spread it around everywhere. And down on your neck and your chest if you have a low-cut shirt. Hey, I'm so glad you could join my party from my very posh office, my bathroom. It's very sophisticated. And Ariel's admiring my makeup videos too. See? She's always admiring my stuff. Oh, hey, Mandy. So, then you apply your concealer on top of your foundation, which you only need a couple drops. And well, you could do your if you have blemishes or whatever on your face, you could do that too. You only need a dot on each one, and then blend it in with your concealer brush. Mine is Bare Minerals, but I didn't see any need in throwing out a perfectly good brush. So we just take our excess, if you want, and dot it around. And then you set it all with your pressed powder, and you're good to go. You're good to start on your eyeshadow. I read somewhere that each bottle has approximately 400 drops in it. So that's a lot of drops, especially when you're only using 4 or 5 at a time. Any more than that, any more than 4, and I feel like it's too heavy on my face, and I don't like that. So 4 is the perfect number for me. You could use less, you can use more, just depends on how much coverage you want. If you have any questions, feel free to message me. I'm very responsive to messages. Most of the time I'm not really doing anything, so I pretty much keep a check on messages. Anywho, if you have any questions, call me, beat me, if you want to reach me. It's Kim Possible. Y'all know. Thank you for joining me tonight.